There's an author's note that comes next. Before there was Trombone Shorty and New Orleans Avenue, there was the 5 o'clock band. I started the group with my friends, and we named it for the time we would gather, after school let out and homework was done, to parade around our neighborhood and play our instruments. In New Orleans, we call this type of musical procession a second line, and it's a tradition that goes back for more than 100 years, even before jazz had a name. My friends and I second-lined every day, parading through Treme and the nearby French Quarter, just like Shorty and his friends do in this book. While doing that, we received a hands-on education on what it means to be a musician. We were just little kids then. I was only 5 years old when we formed the group, but we were standing on the shoulders of giants, those influential musicians who helped originate, grow, and pass on our New Orleans style of music. We started out by imitating them and learning their songs, but through the power of this practice, we learned who we were ourselves. I'm going to show you a picture. It says this is the real 5 o'clock band, and Troy Andrews, Trombone Shorty, is on the far right with tuba. So that's, far right is this one. I'll put it close so you can see. I still look up to the legends who have played an active role in the creation of the musical culture of my city. James Andrews, my brother, the Rebirth Brass Band, my cousins, Jesse Hill, my grandfather, Danny Barker, Irma Thomas, Alan Toussaint, the Neville brothers, the Marsalis family, the Batiste family, Fats Domino, and the king of them all, Louis Satchmo Armstrong. They are my teachers and my heroes, along with the many street musicians I've watched play in New Orleans throughout my life. Thanks to their examples, we learned how to make music and also how to celebrate life. I've tried to honor them in this book, especially one of my favorite musicians who I used to watch in the French Quarter when I was a child. We called him Tuba Fats. One of my cities and our country's greatest gifts to the world is music. In New Orleans, we've created musical styles you won't find anywhere else. We also have our own entirely unique culture, built of rituals and traditions that feel as old as our music. Just one example is the Mardi Gras Indians. They're a group of predominantly African American people who dress up or mask as American Indians every year during the Mardi Gras season. They make elaborate hand-sewn suits embellished from head to toe with feathers, beads, and rhinestones. They're organized into multiple tribes, and the tribes meet in the streets to sing and dance in a mock battle to determine who can create the most stunning performance. Some say the tradition started in homage to the American Indians who helped runaway slaves. I enjoyed celebrating their rich history and pageantry in this story. I'm going to show you a picture here of Big Chief Juan Pardo and the Golden Comanche Mardi Gras Indians. New Orleans takes great pride in its artists and its community, and with good reason. For me, making music represents society functioning at its best. When a group of individuals collaborate in harmony with sincerity, spirit, and soul, they create something beautiful. They face and overcome challenges. They aren't afraid to dream for the future. Growing up in Treme, I was encouraged to seek guidance from all of the musicians who lived there, so I did. In late August 2005, everything changed. Hurricane Katrina devastated many places that are so important to our culture. It took years to rebuild after the damage, and some homes, businesses, and entire neighborhoods still haven't recovered. But those that are back are better than ever, like Dookie Chase's restaurant on Orleans Avenue, just down the street from where I grew up. This legendary restaurant inspired the one that Shorty visits in this book. Parts of Treme are confronting a different challenge. The cost of living here has risen. New laws limiting the performance of live music have been enacted, and many of the musicians who grew up here can no longer afford to stay. I began to worry that music would not be passed down the way it once was. That's why I started the Trombone Shorty Foundation, to ensure that the next generation of New Orleans musicians has the same opportunities that I did as a kid. Every week, a group of students gathers in Treme at the Jazz and Heritage Center to receive lessons from members of the Soul Rebels and the New Breed Brass Band, two of our great young New Orleans bands that are passing our musical traditions on to the next generation of aspiring performers. This book celebrates the ways in which the spirit of community and mentorship can help cultivate the passion and skills that can change a life. It's a story inspired by how my own life was changed by the vibrant culture of New Orleans and by all the mentors who showed me kindness along the way. And that's exactly our mission at the Foundation. Hopefully, I can play a role in keeping our culture strong in the lives of children in the same way my mentors did for me. I hope you enjoyed the book. See you next time.